Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mile Wiki. It is just barely 8:22 p.m. of all times on what day is today? September 15th of 2014, and here's a sight you haven't seen in a while. My office. Well, what used to be my office. My dad took it back over. He wanted to start doing building work again, and that's perfectly okay with me, so I took away all my stuff and gave it back to him, although he's now decided to let me have a small little corner here from about here to into this workbench for whatever tomfoolery I may want to be a part of. By the way, that's my grandfather, Billy Blue Core the First. He fought in World War II and was actually at Pearl Harbor when it got bombed. So yeah, that is pretty cool, if you ask me. And there's his old Army uniform down there, along with WD-40 and an old Pioneer DVD player. And tonight on Skype, once again, can't seem to get rid of these guys. We have Jay Wakefield, aka Video San Frontiers, and Lmull3.
Heyo, Internet.
Now, what do I intend to do with this corner? Well, I already got my laptop working right here, and by the way, this video is being made about 30 minutes after a 1 second or so power outage that we experienced that pretty much destroyed our internet connection for a little bit. So I guess with the weather being so good, I guess the cause for the power outage is, well, I guess there's one less squirrel in this world, unfortunately. But what do I intend to put in the rest of this corner? Well, it's going to be a computer. And I'm Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mile Wiki. What do you think I'm going to put here? What do you think, Jay?
A dead squirrel?
No.
I don't know, except for oscillating machines.
Well, I guess I'll be making a drive up to Pennsylvania tonight to smack someone, but no, in true Billy Core fashion, I got a Packard Bell to set up here. This is well, last week this was my bedside Packard Bell, but now it's my workshop Packard Bell, of all things. This is the, there's a screw loose in it. This is the Packard Bell Legend 818 CDT. There's the spec sticker of all the goodness there. Got a CDRW drive in it and a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive. All ready to go. Power cords there. 15-inch Dell LCD monitor to use with this. Boot floppy for when I restore it in a few minutes, along with the master CD. Packard Bell keyboard. Grungy looking Packard Bell mouse I still need to clean up from Value Village. And these Dell speakers.
It may be grungy, but does it smell like Teen Spirit?
Say that again, Jay?
It may be grungy, but does it smell like Teen Spirit?
Anyway, it's just like all my other Packard Bells I've been using lately. This one has a CF card slot in it right here. And I have two CF cards to choose from. I got this 4GB Transcend or this 2GB Pre-Tech. I'm gonna try this 2GB one, but I don't have too much confidence in it because this one's been known to have a few little glitches with certain CD-ROM drives. I don't know if it will happen in this Packard Bell or not, but we'll see. So we'll go ahead and slide that in there. Right way around. Alright, we got the CF card in there. Now for the good stuff. We gotta move all this stuff from the floor to the workbench because it's sure not going to do much good down here now, is it? So I'm going to pause the video, and through the magic of video editing, we will see this computer all hooked up. Alright, we are set up now. We got the Legend 818 CDT set up here. A little bit of a history lesson behind this setup. This is actually the third Packard Bell to be put in this very corner on this very workbench. If I have the state of mind to remember to edit it into this video, you might be seeing a screenshot of our original Legend 822 CDT back in 1999 being positioned in this very spot right here. And that we had it in here for its last year of life after we got that Windows 98 HP. And then in 2005, when I first got the Packard Bell Legend 1510 Supreme, I had it set up in this very corner right here. Of course, it was a desktop model, but we have a mini tower right here again, folks. Another Legend 8 series Packard Bell. So yeah, I guess it's alright. First we need to switch on the power strip, and I don't have any power to the speakers. Oh, there we go, wasn't in all the way. And do we have monitor power? Yes, we do. Alright, since we're going to have to do a little bit of formatting on the grease, I better go ahead and put in my Packard Bell Restore floppy, so it'll be ready to go when we turn it on. Alright guys, I guess this is just as good a time as any. 3, 2, 1, smoke test! Alright, we got power. Do we have a power on self-test? Yes, we do. Like I said, it's always good when you have a floppy drive that sounds like Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
This is the PB600 motherboard. Picked up the CF card in the BIOS, that's a good sign. And it's trying to boot from the floppy. Here we go, starting Windows 95. Warning, you are loading the incorrect version of double-space.bin for this version of MS-DOS. Since this configuration is untested, your computer will explode in 3 seconds if you don't correct this problem as soon as possible. Wait a minute. Oh well, we'll just hit enter in anyway. Keyboard's not working. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, it's always something, isn't it? Oh, let's see. I bet you I have the mouse and keyboard swapped. Oh, shut up, Packard Bell. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Alright, keep an eye on the numlock light. It flickered for a second. Well, I was able to get into the BIOS, so must have it connected right, so we'll go ahead and get out of there. You folks ever done that? Have your PS2 port swapped?
Yep.
I know, even when it's color coded like on a Packard Bell, it's easy to make that mistake apparently.
Yeah, I've been there.
Alright, let's legitimately do this. Alright, starting Windows 95, okay, press enter. Yeah, we're getting further this time. by the way, according to my dad, that's not my grandfather's uniform. That's just an old duffel bag. Derp. Just figured out how to clear that up.
Probably once contained somebody's WW2 uniform.
Probably did. It looks that old. Okay, it's not picking up the CD-ROM drive, so I think we're going to have to use that other CF card, so I will be right back. Alright, I switched to the 4GB CF card, meaning that this will be getting Windows 95B, which will cripple its capability to play 3D Ultra Pinball, but oh well, if I'm desperate enough, I'll play it in the house, and plus it's not like I'm going to be out here every day. You know, it's always a good idea to put your master CD in the drive. Let's see. Let me find the one we need. Here we go. 17520, same one from that I use on the 822, because this is essentially the same computer. Alright, give it a second to figure out what it's doing. Alright, found the master CD. And we're going to have to go out of the... Well, first, let's see if the mouse works. I haven't tested this mouse since I got it last week. Left click works, and it moves alright, so... And we're going to go back out of this menu, because we need to do a little bit of F-disking.
Billy, what's your name?
Yeah, especially since my dad's in the other room. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what we got going here. I got an extended partition on here as well from when I was trying to have a second partition on the 822 the other day for to store my games on, but unfortunately I did not have enough space to put all those games on, so that experiment failed. So we can use this CF card.
Okay, where's an extra 10 gone?
Let's see, we'll first we'll delete the primary DOS. Enter volume label, there is none. Are you sure? Yes. Primary DOS partition deleted. Now we're going to delete the extended one. I can't type tonight. Cannot delete extended DOS partition while logical drives exist. Okay. Delete logical drives. I guess we'll go with number 3. What drive do you want to delete? I guess C. No label. Are you sure? Yes. All logical drives deleted. Alright, let's see what we got going here. Okay, now we can delete the extended. A lot more to this than there usually is. Alright, choice 2. Delete, yes. Alright, it's deleted. Now we got a completely wiped and empty CF card. So we'll create one partition. Alright, we'll have to do a restart. And I'll be back in a second once it's restarted. Alright, we've rebooted and I went back in the house and got a dedicated mouse pad for this mouse, which still needs to be cleaned. A little Goo Gone will certainly take care of that. And we got invalid media type reading drive C. That's because it's not been formatted yet. Alright, so we'll just type in format C /S. Warning, all data on non-removable disk, drive C, will be lost. Proceed with format. Well, what do you guys think? Should we format this baby or not?
No, I think you should try and use it without any kind of file system.
Yeah, I mean, what could possibly go wrong with that concept? What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, that's how the Tories would use a computer, because obviously formatting costs money, and austerity is something that should be down in projects. Never says.
I guess we might as well go ahead and
Conservative in my life, don't plan to start now, I've always been liberal, so format.
yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I believe formatting will be a good idea for this, so we'll go ahead and tell it yes. And since it's a really fast CF card,
Recommended to choose yes.
yeah, yes. Wow, that was quick. Format complete, system transferred. I guess we'll give it a volume name, LG.
See how easy it was for Billy to choose yes? Only with yes can things begin.
Yes. Alright, and we got a reboot yet again, so we'll be right back. Alright, we're back to the restore menu, but before we proceed, something pretty awesome just happened while this computer was rebooting. Let's take a look at eBay. A friend of mine who was subscribed to me on YouTube offered me a pretty cool laptop for a very good price. I gave him an offer for it on eBay and he just accepted it. What am I getting, you may ask? Well, let's scroll down and take a look. I am getting a very nice looking IBM ThinkPad 760E for a very, very, very reasonable price. I'm not going to go explain how the pricing worked, but here's a few pictures of it. This computer.
Basically what happened is Billy worked at a computer shop and he raided the parts bin and built the best darn IBM ThinkPad 760E that he could build. Oh wait, that was Brandon Bishop. Whoops.
Yeah, that is the same one he has. As you can see here in this picture, it does have that tilted keyboard, which, oh, that's going to be cool. It is running Windows 98, which is, I don't think is very appropriate for that. So once I get it, it's getting a CF card, possibly this 2 GB one that wouldn't work in the 818. And it's getting Windows 95. Specs, 2 GB hard drive, 40 megabytes of RAM. Has a battery that has a very decent charge, and unlike a lot of laptops on eBay, it comes with a charger. So I should be getting that sometime next week. So very, very exciting, and it's definitely Lmull3 approved.
Jay approved as well because I used to have one. I will need some ThinkPad, so that's going to be fun to watch. I wonder if it was one of the ones that was built in Scotland.
We'll have to see. But anyway, back to the Packard Bell. We are now ready to restore pre-installed software, so we'll go down to restore hard disk drive, or in this case CF card, I guess. Restore hard disk or CF card. Alright, got to put in the format number, and I know what it is for this particular machine. It's 556013, and it's a way copying the files. So I think Jay has something to say about this process. What do you do when a Packard Bell is restoring itself?
At this point, I would go and make myself a nice cup of tea.
If only I had some tea.
Actually, I could put the kettle on now because, unlike you guys who get to come back after, who basically get an instantaneous jump cut, we're doing this in real time.
Yes, so we're going to have to sit here and just stare at this Packard Bell blindly and going, look at the restore, it's copying files.
That's his magic of video editing. You don't!
Exactly.
But despite the way Billy said, we are not going to be taking any illegal substances. Unfortunately, due to the fact that they are illegal. If you would like to know my views on marijuana, please ask me on my own personal YouTube channel. Don't go clogging up Billy's feed.
Yes, I would appreciate that. So, anyway, we will...
Just remember always, I am a liberal. That's all you need to know.
Exactly.
But for the meantime, that's all you need to know about marijuana. That I am a liberal. That's all you need to know. Look, no, the Packard Bell.
Breathe.
The Packard Bell Restore is brilliant. Have you got a copy of a Cronus OS selector?
Yes, but not out here. I'll have to go back in the house and get it.
You are going to have to go back and get it, aren't you? If you want to extend the hard disk beyond the 2 gig limit when you install Windows 95. But wouldn't it be at the end?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Elucidating.
So I guess I can do that while it's restoring, so we will be right back. Alright, the restoration was successfully completed, and thanks to Jay's reminder, not only did I get the Windows 95B CD, I also brought a whole bunch of other CDs out here to install on this 818. I intend to make copies of all these to just keep out here in a little binder, so I don't have to carry these back and forth between here and the house. But we are restored, so we'll tell it okay. We have a good air conditioner out here.
And by the way, cup of tea. Here's the one I got while Billy's machine was restored.
Alright, restore completed. For the changes to take effect, the system must be restored. So, alright. Exit. Alright, we'll go over here and pop the floppy back out. And we'll reset. We should be seeing a pretty famous screen in a few minutes, or a few moments I should say. Congratulations on the purchase of your new Packard Bell computer. We are sure that it will meet your computing needs. Oh yeah, what a wonderful screen to see. Thank you for choosing Packard Bell. And we're now getting into, well, in a few moments, one of Jay's favorite parts of the Packard Bell Windows 95 restore process. And it's not importing file 100% complete. It's the system detection where it looks like Windows 3.1.
Yeah, I find that quite weird, seeing Windows 95S dialogues that look like Windows 3.1.
Yeah.
I'm sat there thinking, that's...
Yeah, that's nice. Alright, and it's copying some files. Still 3.1 looking. Alright, hardware detection. Oh no, my battery's dying and I don't have a charger out here. Right, installing devices. I guess I better go in the house and get the power cord. Be right back. Cameras. Okay, Luke and I are filming each other's cameras.
There's me filming you, filming me!
Don't mind me, I'm just driving across Scotland in Euro Truck Simulator 2.
And Windows 95 is now setting up your hardware in any plug-and-play devices you may have. I forgot how to words.
Words are too difficult today.
Yeah.
Try again later.
Words. Don't call me. Never mind. Copyright Mafia might be all over the video if I sung that.
Yeah.
The part of the song that I sung is Copyright the Birds by their album. I mean, not the Birds, the Tremolos. The Tremolos are brilliant.
Oh, they are, along with the birds.
Birds.
I'm not sure how Mr. Tambourine Man would feel about having his track music.
Oh, by the way, my dad's in the other room watching Hook with Robin Williams. If you're wondering what you're hearing in the background.
It's a good thing he's not watching a Disney DVD, otherwise you would be off YouTube like that.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah. They don't have a sense of humor.
Disney don't have a soul! They're evil, but they made my childhood.
Okay.
I'm so conflicted. I've let my kids watch. I understand now why Laura was so averse to letting kids watch Disney.
Yeah.
Unless she was doing it to be a spoil sport, that could have been. Well,
Hey guys, oh, I don't want to be in your video, so goodbye, YouTube.
Mickey Mouse.
I guess you could say that. All right, here we are. Beautiful. Let's do a auto adjust on the monitor.
Welcome from Packard Bell. We offer you two computing environments to choose from, Packard Bell's Navigator or Microsoft Windows. You may also begin by taking a quick lesson on using the mouse.
Mouse, mouse, mouse. Speaking of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, really.
But I believe we have a working Packard Bell. But we are not done yet, folks. Because we are using a 4GB CF card, we have a little problem here that Jay may have mentioned earlier. We're only using 1.99 gigabytes of that. So, what needs to be done is I need to go find my Windows 95B CD in that binder over there. Be right back. Alright, here's my copy of Windows 95 OSR2 with USB support, which won't be used on this computer obviously, so put it in the CD-ROM there. Alright, wrong mouse. We're gonna now there are better ways to do this, but I'm just gonna simply copy the Win95 directory to the hard drive itself. And it's gonna copy everything over. And there are several ways to go about upgrading from 95 RTM or 95A to 95B or C, but this is just one of my preferred ways of doing it.
So what would the other ways be? I guess clean install would be one.
Yeah, and going to my local Kmart and begging the janitor there to do it for me.
Didn't Kmart fold up though?
Yeah, the last Kmart in Greensboro will be closing in November, so I don't know what I'll do after then.
You'll have to get the janitor to come around pretty quickly then.
Yeah, I believe so.
The janitor retrains. He could be, if he's that good at computers, he could actually open his own computer business.
I know. I've always loved, I've always loved this file that it always copies over wowkit.exe.
Ah, that's a CompuServe thing.
Oh, I should have known.
Yeah, wow from CompuServe.
helping people get the best from computers.
And to think now WoW is an internet service provider down in Florida.
See, now that's where I got confused. Because you were talking about it, and I was like, well, Jen's Luke, is that not CompuServe?
No.
Alright, we are now rebooting.
Actually.
And instead of booting from a boot floppy to do this, we're actually going to boot into a safe mode command prompt. Once it allows me to do so.
Do bear in mind, though, that a safe mode command prompt will not load up himem.sys, and therefore will not allow you to run scan disk on Windows 95 setup.
Oh, well, I usually skip that anyway. What? What'd you say, Jay?
himem.sys is required to run scan disk before Windows 95 setup, but Windows 98 setup works perfectly fine without it.
That,
I'm guessing that what you're going to do is use the /is switch, which will ignore scan disk altogether.
yeah, that's what I usually do anyway. Now, first things first, we need to go into the Windows directory and make a few modifications. Well, just one actually. We're going to type in rename. Again, there's different ways of going about this. We're going to type in rename win.com, then to win.old. And that will trick the Windows 95 setup into thinking that this is a clean install, because this copy of Windows 95 cannot be upgraded to. So we'll go into the Win95 directory where the setup files are stored, set up with the IS switch, as Jay mentioned a while ago, and copying files. And we're in Windows 95 setup. Continue. This takes a little while. Alright, we need to read the following license agreement. Okay, I just read it. I'm that quick, folks. I really am that quick at reading. Alright, Windows 95 Setup Wizard. Again, alright, now this part is very important. It's gonna default to setting it up in C:/Windows.000, which we do not, I repeat, do not want to do. So we're going to select Other Directory, hit Next, and we're going to simply backspace out the .000. And it's going to check the hard disk, or the CF card I should say. It's checking for installed components. Wow, this video has pretty much become a how to set up Windows 95 on your Packard Bell video.
I'm not complaining.
Me neither. Alright, we're going to do a custom setup. And now I got to type in my serial number. And I think, and for serial numbers, I believe Luke has a song for that.
Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk.
That looked very weird because your video was frozen, but we'll be right back. Alright, now it's going to want my user information. I'll type in my name, Billy Core. Alright, we're going to do a custom analyze because there's stuff that's obviously not on here that we can skip. Alright. We don't have a network adapter. We don't have a PCMCIA socket. And we don't have a SCSI controller, so we'll skip those. And now it's going to analyze the computer. Again, this will take a little bit, so I'll be right back. Alright, now to select my components. Sorry, Jay, don't need any accessibility options. Gonna
That's
take.
okay. I'm planning to use it. And the accessibility is terrible on Windows 95 anyway.
Alright, I'm gonna take all the accessories, no communications, no disk tools because I have a CF card and stuff like that could destroy it. All of multimedia, and that's it. Alright. No, I don't need a startup disk. And it's going to copy the Windows 95 files. Love that drum so much.
Oh yeah, that drum is fun to look at.
I'm not going to show all this, obviously, because this is going to take a while, but I love these graphics they showed during the Windows 95 setup. They put a lot of work into these. They're very detailed. Like that light bulb. Obviously, Maritime Man approved. So yeah, I guess I'll cut the video again. Boy, this is going to be a lot of editing for me to do tonight. And I will be right back. Alright, we are done with the Windows 95B setup. All we have to do now is restart the computer. Red roses too! Can't believe that's on YouTube now. Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, you have the most raspy floppy drive in the world, but the floppy drive hasn't learned to play trumpet yet. It's not the full Satchmo. Yeah. Alright, I mean.
Getting ready to run Windows 95 for the first time. I don't know who that was supposed to sound like.
It's like Elvis on sedatives or something.
Oh, thank you very much. Give me some more of that morphine. And I hear sirens near my house. Apparently it's now illegal to have your Packard Bell impersonate Louis Armstrong.
That's a copyright violation. That's a copyright violation. Well, jail. That's...
Oh, hurry up and set up the hardware. I want to get this done. Oh, must have heard me. We still got sound. That's a good thing. Come on. Come on. I guess while it's doing that, we can always watch Sylvester Stallone in First Blood on Blu-ray, even though we don't have a Blu-ray player out here. Alright, it's updating the shortcuts. Setting up Windows. Help! MS-DOS program settings. This is not the Pacific time zone. Ah, crap!
Love that sound effect.
Well, we've sure been seeing a lot of this bio screen tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, it looks like an American trend here. UEFI BIOS down. BIOS.
No, Phoenix BIOS, actually.
Nah, we'll get no.
Yeah, I even posted on my personal Facebook page this morning saying, don't you hate it when you tell a joke and people respond with, well, actually. Like, why did the chicken cross the road? Well, actually, chickens typically don't cross roads. People typically keep them in the chicken coop and or run. Okay. But we are now in Windows 95. We still need to do some partition adjustment, but before we do that, I think it's time for the infamous canyon test. More sirens. What, is it now illegal to do canyon tests in this county?
This country, I swear.
Alright.
Corporate fascism.
I'm all alone in this building now, so we can crank this volume up as high as we want. So, canyon test! I hope I still have a voice tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah,
Actually, just for Luke, since this is a Packard Bell. Alright, enough goofing around, we got work to do. What we need to do is we need to convert the partition from FAT16 to FAT32 and expand the partition to the full 4 gigabytes that is in this system. Now, let me reach in here, grab the floppy disk for this. Sorry for the weird camera angles, folks. There we go. Alright, this is a Cronus OS selector. Like the mouse might need to be cleaned up a little bit. Quit doing that, floppy drive. You'll get me thrown in jail. All right. Apparently the Power Mac Galaxy has done something rather questionable. This is a family channel, so I won't have Jay explain himself. So yeah.
love that.
There are them sirens again. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if it has anything to do with that power outage we had earlier. I hope not, because I don't want them to shut our power off again. That's very, very highly inconvenient, especially when you're trying to set up with a Packard Bell.
Yeah.
And And I don't feel like making the Power Outage Chronicles number 2.
No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's past 1989, so the music would be a bit down.
Alright, starting the...
That's the only thing where Billy, Luke, and I kind of disagree on what is the best computer chronicle for music. Luke and I think it's the 80s, but Billy thinks it's the 90s to 2000s music.
Well, my nostalgia's better than your logic.
That is true, actually, so I guess we're all better. There you go.
Alright. As you can see here on the disk administrator screen, we have one partition. The size is 1.9 gigabytes, but look right below this. We have 1.7 gigabytes free that we could be using. Now, we have two options here. First option is to create a second partition to fill in that 1.7 gigabytes. Or we can do like what we're going to do right here. We are going to resize the partition and convert it to FAT32. Alright, it's set to FAT16. We're going to set it to FAT32. Yeah. And we're going to take this little bar here and expand it all the way to the end here to the maximum 3.7 gigabytes. And we're going to remove the floppy disk, so once it's finished doing all the partitioning, it'll automatically go into Windows 95. Alright, this may take a minute or so. As you can see, it's going from FAT16 to FAT32. I guess if we were converting this to NTFS, it would be called putting it on a diet. Very awkward laughter from the YouTube audience there. Alright, it's getting there. That was an odd noise, but we're booting now. Also feels a little bit faster, I must say, after doing all that. So we'll go into hard drive properties. We have 3.32 gigabytes of space left on this drive, so I doubt we'll be filling that up anytime soon. But yeah, I hate to do this, but this video's gone on long enough. I'm going to have to call this a video. I'm going to install a few more, actually a lot of programs on here, and I'll do a follow-up video later this week on what I've done with this so far. And to close out the video, Luke, what do you think?
Well, I like that machine because it so closely resembles the 822.
It really does. I mean, when I bought it back in February of 2013, I thought this would be the closest I would ever get to the 822, but then, go figure, a couple of months later, there was an 822 on my doorstep.
Yeah, funny how those things work.
Yeah, so it was only natural when I got part of my office back that, you know, the 818 really ought to go out here. And Jay, what do you think of this computer?
I think this computer is amazing. Like Luke said, it's so close to the 822. But it's brilliant for out in the office. It's kind of like you've got an 822 out there.
Yeah, it's perfect that way. And before we close this video, something kind of exciting is going to be happening over in Scotland this week that Jay would like to let my subscribers know about.
Okay. Right.
And don't get too angry, Jay. This is a family show.
Right. Well, people, we've had a lot of fun in this video. Me, Billy, Luke, basically just chewing the fat as usual. But my country, as some of you will know, is going through quite an historic time at the moment. You see, on Thursday, the 18th of September, which is in UK time, it's 2 days from now, we will all be voting for independence. The question that the referendum will ask is should Scotland become an independent country? There are two choices, yes or no. Unfortunately, well, in my opinion, we've had so many Tory governments over the last, well, certainly since the 70s. We've had 30 odd years of Tory versus 13 years of Labour, which are basically now red Tories. And the Scottish vote, and what Scotland was, does not seem to be represented at all in Westminster. Things like Trident, a nuclear missile on the banks of the Clyde. Nobody in Scotland wants that. Nobody in Scotland really wants people with disabilities to be treated like lower than animals, but they are. Nobody in Scotland wanted the spare room subsidy. A lot of people with disabilities need a spare room to either store equipment or if they have a carer who comes and lives in a couple days a week. So, as a result, our votes are just not listened to because of the overwhelming preponderance of the English vote. So, for the first time in 300 years, we're actually looking, well, not for the first time actually, but on September the 18th, we could finally end the 300-odd year union that we've had with the United Kingdom. And I, for one, think that that would be a good thing. Not because we hate the UK, but because it's time, I think, for Scotland to enter the world stage on its own as an independent nation. Sure, we'll still be allies, but it's time we had our own voice and was able to run our own country in the way we want. England is going so far to the political right and fascism and what have you that soon there's not going to be a place like people for me in Great Britain. Multiple disabilities. There's not going to be a place if you're a woman, if you're LGBT, if you are a person of colour, or anything like that. You'll just have to basically sit on the sidelines and hope that somebody hands you down a scrap from the top table of privilege. Sorry to sound like such a bumbling liberal, but unfortunately this is the way we're going. The UK has become one of the most unequal in terms of wealth distribution countries in the developed world. They're the first country to be investigated by the UN for violations under the conventions of the rights of persons with disabilities. And another thing, I hear you saying, but Jay, how's Scotland ever going to manage? We have our ways, seriously. I mean, we've got oil, we've found a load of oil. We have, but not just oil, oil is only the start of it. Even I say we can't build an economy on oil, and trying to do so would be just completely catatonically disastrous. But we have food exports, renewable energy exports, and with our free education, meaning people can go to university, we should be able to make more industry because we'll have our money going to our people instead of giving it all to Westminster and getting a wee bit back.
Yeah.
And just in case you're thinking that I'm just bumbling around, the Financial Times of all papers, says that we are in the best position of any country to start as an independent nation. So, if you're watching this video, if you have a chance to vote on Thursday, please do the right thing. Vote for independence. That way, we can not only protect people in Scotland, but we can show that conservatism and fascism is not the only way to run a country. We can finally start running a country on liberal social values and actually make it work for us and be friends with the rest of the world. Because, really, why do we go to war? It's stupid. Nobody in Scotland wants that. We'd sooner be at home drinking tea and playing the bagpipes. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. We'd sooner be at home basically working on our own thing. We don't want to kill people. But thank you, Billy, for. I'd like to thank you for giving me this slot in your video. I didn't expect that.
You're very welcome. A lot of people don't know this, but Cors are actually of Scottish descent, so my ancestors were Scottish, so if I was in Scotland, I'd be voting yes.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I think I'm talking Luke into a yes vote, especially if I told him what the Financial Times had said about it.
Well, I had already been for a yes vote to begin with, just because of the way that the Tories have been, that their social policies have been just draconically awful. And my question with Independent Scotland's always been the economic side. And once I heard Financial Times actually said that they were in a good position, that made my confidence level go up a little bit, because from taking economics classes and having a teacher who's like a big guy in New York who owns like 3 companies, saying that Financial Times is one of the best papers you can get, that's pretty credible information in my opinion.
Yeah, so there you have it. It's not just me being a bumbling liberal but wearing my big blue Yes t-shirt, and yeah, it is. I mean, I was amazed that the Yes Scotland campaign were able to sell me a tent with their logo on it. And I wear it. But it's kind of nice to have you guys on board as well. And I'm glad we've been able to take the time out from this video just to try and inform Billy's viewers and hopefully mine and Luke's viewers as well.
Yeah, cause I normally don't get political on this channel. I know you're not going to. A lot of people won't believe this, but my beliefs are usually a little bit to the right. I'm pretty conservative, especially when it comes to Christianity. But everything that Jay said about Scottish independence, I completely agree with. And if you live over there in Scotland, do yourself a favor and make that vote a yes.
Thank you very much. Oh, and by the way, I'd like to say, just before you all ask, hey, why are you friends with the tyrannical conservative? When Billy says his views are a little bit to the right, I would say it's more kind of for religious purposes rather than... But even so, I would say that your views are more kind of central, because it was because you believe in all the good stuff, kind of sharing and caring for people and
right.
Giving. And it's kind of like how religion and politics, Billy seems to have the correct kind of, in my opinion anyway, the perfect balance between religion and politics. Because he takes the commandments and actually uses them as they're meant to be used, to be a good person, to help people who need it. Basically everything that the Bible mandates.
I know God gave Moses those 10 commandments, not just as an anniversary present or anything. He gave them to him for a reason.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Luke?
I forget.
Well,
Dark of the night.
and I hate to cut you guys short, but I really need to get going on this Packard Bell getting some stuff installed. But I do appreciate Jay and Luke for joining me for this video. So as is tradition, this is Billy Core signing off on September the 15th, 2014. Good night, everybody!